What's up, my chef? It's the first episode of Southern Fusion Kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to bring you Southern cuisine and also different types of cuisine. Easy to prepare, quick to prepare. But before we get started, I want you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification so you know when I post these videos. Anybody can do these, you know. Sometimes we get tired of eating the same things and we want to switch it up a little bit, you know. So I'm gonna bring you some different ideas so you can switch it up. So we about to get started. Let me grab my apron one second. So today we gonna be preparing salmon with Cajun cream sauce, with cilantro and lime rice, and sauteed asparagus. Boom. Asparagus, got my asparagus here. Fresh asparagus stalk. Got me some oregano. Can't go wrong with oregano. Olive oil. Garlic powder. Onion powder. And you know my favorite right here, Tony. Gotta have your little Tony Sasharine, you know, gotta have that. So I got my cilantro and my lime for my cilantro lime rice. The tomatoes to go in the Cajun cream sauce, in case you already know. Red onion and my nice salmon. And the rice I'm choosing to use on this go round is jasmine rice. So get y'all some jasmine rice. And I'm also trying out this avocado oil. My first time using this. So I'm gonna saute the salmon in the avocado oil. So now let's get started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out the wrapper, of course, y'all know this already. The salmon, you gotta season it pretty good. You gotta season the salmon pretty good. So you don't want to be stingy with the seasoning. Basically what I'm saying.
And I need you, and I miss you, and I need you, and I miss you, and I miss you.
So we can't forget about the size of our salmon. So we always forget about the size. You gotta make sure seasoning is also on the side of the salmon. Because you don't want, you want that to cook all the way through. You want that to cook all the way through. So make sure you get a real good coat on there. Whatever you choose. I'm choosing garlic powder and Tony. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this to the side and I'm gonna let this marinate a little bit.
And I need you, and I miss you, and I need you, and I miss you.
I'll get the salmon first so the seasoning can sit, rest, get in there a little bit, you know. Now I'm gonna work on the Cajun cream sauce. With my tomatoes, I'm gonna dice my tomatoes. Not too small, small enough so it can cook down real good. It depends on how much you want to make, how many tomatoes you're going to cut. Me, I'm not making a lot, so I'm not cutting a lot of tomatoes. So once we finish this, we're going to transfer this to a pan. I'm going to be sauteing these down in olive oil, a little salt, a little pepper. Sauteing this down. Next, red onion. Can't go wrong with this. Good flavor on the red onion, different than the white and different than the yellow. See, different flavors, different colors. All onions not the same. Different flavors for different recipes go better.
And I need you, and I miss you, and I need you.
And now what I'm about to do is I'm about to heat the pan up, my olive oil. Put me some olive oil up in here. So now we over here letting this olive oil heat up so we can put our stuff in, our tomatoes, our red onions, and for our Cajun cream sauce. It's gonna be the base of our Cajun cream sauce right here. So we're gonna get that going. Feel free to add a little seasoning, garlic powder, so a dash of this. Tony, can't go wrong. And I like to add my Cajun cream. So my Cajun cream is good. I like to add my oregano to that. Let me get that all done. Mix that up. So now we're gonna just let this right here cook down while we prepare our asparagus. So now we here with our asparagus. We're trying to prepare this. Get this, cut. Get these bottoms cut off here and rinse them off first. Okay, now we got our asparagus rinsed off. It's a nice little rinse. So now we're gonna be cutting the bottoms off. Don't cut too much. Get rid of this. Now we got our healthy celery. Not celery, excuse me. Now we got our pan heated up right here with the olive oil. And this is for our salmon. We about to get our salmon going. We got our Cajun cream, our base of our Cajun cream working right here on the back stove now. So when you put the salmon down, you want to make sure it's hot. Make sure the grease is real hot, and you always want to put it down skin first. See, that's the noise you won't hear when you put that down. So now we're going to let this salmon cook. Before we move it, before it's ready, it's going to stick to the pan. And when it's ready, it's going to slide off easily. I'll show you what I'm talking about a little later. So you do want to get that little blackened crust, and that's really from the seasoning and the flavor setting in and frying and creating that crust. So we got this to a good boil. And you want to make sure your tomatoes and the Cajun cream get soft. And once they get soft, it's going to start breaking down on its own. So what we're going to be adding to this Cajun cream for our thickening agent, some people like to use flour or whatever. I like to use this heavy whipping cream. That's going to be our thickening agent for today. Also like to drop a little thyme up in there. You know, thyme give it a little different little flavor to it. So I know some people like thyme, why are you using thyme? You know, just a different ingredient, different flavor profile. Once you understand the flavor profile, and once you understand how it tastes, you'll know what it goes with. You'll know how to incorporate it in your own style of cooking. And being that we from the South, it's infused with the Southern, hence the name Southern Fusion Kitchen.
And I need you, and I miss you, and I need you, and I miss you, and I miss you.
So you want to get your tomatoes real soft. You want to cook them down real good. Like that. Give it a little ways to go, but you want to make sure you cook them down real good. So we're going to let that go for a little more. See if our fish is ready to flip. Let's flip this. So we're about to flip our fish. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for this black strip. So approximately like a minute and a half on each side. So we're gonna let it cook some more with the sauce. And the Cajun cream sauce is coming along pretty nice. You want to make sure your tomatoes is broke down all the way before you add your cream or whatever it is. You can use flour and water for your thickening agent or whatever you choose to use. But in this video, I've chosen to use the heavy cream. So that's what we're rolling with, that's what we're rocking with. And like I said, man, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. There's gonna be many more easy but different meals that you'll be able to learn and cook at home. Not very hard. Doesn't take a rocket scientist. And if you want to impress somebody for their birthday or something, holiday, anniversary, you'll be able to do that. Cooking something new. So this is definitely getting to a point where I need it to be at. Getting real cooked down real good, if you guys can see that. Salmon is coming along pretty well. The firmness of the salmon will tell you how done it is. And this one got a little ways to go, but it's always the firmness. You feel the firmness within the meat, you can tell how done it is. So just kind of check periodically throughout that. This is coming along pretty good. Usually I have a blender. I take these ingredients and I puree them, and then I add the thickening agent, but excuse my setup for the time being. Like I said, it only get better with time. This is my first video. I definitely have another one for you guys before this week is over with. So yeah. So this is looking lovely. So what I'm gonna do with the salmon now, I'm gonna take the salmon and I'm gonna let it cook on its side. Can't forget about the side. That's very important. So we're gonna, I'm gonna by myself, so we're gonna let these cook, the sides of these cook. So now what we gonna do in a couple seconds here, we about to add our heavy cream to our Cajun cream sauce and kind of let that cook down some more. So we add our heavy cream to this. And just kind of mix it in. Now it depends on how thick you want it to how much heavy cream you want to add to it. So now we're gonna let that cook. We'll let that cook down a little more. Flip our salmon over to the other side. Remember, we're cooking the sides of the salmon. Can't forget about the sides of the salmon. Make sure that's not raw. That wouldn't be good. And look how pretty that side. Look how pretty that came out. That's just how you want your black fish. That's just how you want it right there. Blackened but not burnt. That's how you want it. And our Cajun cream is coming along pretty nice, if I say so myself. So now we're finishing up our salmon. Our salmon is just about ready. Our Cajun cream sauce is still simmering down. We should give it about 5 to 7 more minutes to kind of cook down. Turn your fire down to a medium high. And we got a good color on the salmon. The salmon is looking good right here. This is how you want your blackened salmon to look. So we about to take this salmon and we about to plate it and put it to the side. And probably about, I can say, about 5 more minutes. We're gonna let it cook for about 5 more minutes. Because the firmness is not to what I desire it to be. So we're definitely gonna let this cook. You gotta make sure the thicker pieces are cooked for a longer period of time. Got this Cajun cream cooking going. Our salmon is just about ready. So this is what I'm gonna do with my salmon. I'm gonna take my salmon, I'm gonna put my oven on 325. I'm gonna take our salmon and we're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish our salmon in the oven. I don't want to overcook it or burn it in the pan. So we're going to set this in the oven for about, let's say about 7 to 10 minutes. Now our Cajun cream we bring up to the fire. This is almost finished. This looking lovely right here. I ain't gonna lie, this looking lovely right here. Looking real beautiful. Take a good look at it. That's looking real beautiful. So we're going to clean as we go. Let me clean some of this mess up. We're going to let that simmer down to a nice, beautiful consistency right there. And we're going to get that going. We're going to get that going with this asparagus. We're going to saute this asparagus. And we're going to do the cilantro and lime rice. So we can take this off the fire. We're going to let that cool down. We're going to pump our fire up for our asparagus. And for my asparagus, I'm going to use the avocado oil. I'm going to use the avocado oil for my asparagus. It has a real high smoke point. Woo, excuse me. Turn that up. Catch nothing on fire. And we're going to see how the flavor of this is. Moderate heat should bring out the flavor in the olive oil. We say avocado oil, excuse me. So we want to see what kind of flavor it brings to the asparagus. We want to see that. My first time using the avocado oil. If I like it, I'll let y'all know. So we got our pan. We got our pan heating up. So let's start with our asparagus. Now, when you're doing asparagus, you don't want to cook it too long till it's all the way left. Still want to have a little crisp in it, a little crackle in it. So, you know, watch how long you cook it. Now I'm going to do a little kosher salt. A little kosher. And garlic. We're going to transfer our cajun cream into a bowl. Our avocado with our avocado oil. Saute our asparagus. Cook for a little second. Check on our salmon that's in the oven. See how that's doing. That's doing pretty good. Leave that about 5 more minutes. That should be real good and ready. Yeah, that's doing pretty good enough. So now what we're going to do next, while we sauteing these asparagus, what we're going to do next is we're going to get our rice started up. Our cilantro and our lime rice. So as you prepare your rice, make sure your water is only like an inch over your rice. So you check it by putting your finger in the rice, and usually when the water is up to here, it's about an inch. So, and when you're cooking asparagus, once again, we don't want it to cook all the way down. We still want to keep this kind of freshness, a little snap to it. That's what we really want. So we're gonna put our rice on here. Excuse me, I don't have a proper top to my, my asparagus pot. But we'll get done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a plate to cover this rice so it cooks like I need to cook. Check on our salmon. Okay, so our salmon is almost done. And we shouldn't have very long on the asparagus. Remember, keep the snap. Make sure the asparagus is cooked enough to eat, but you want to keep the snap.
And I need you, and I miss you, and I need you, and I miss 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 you.
Our rice right here with our cilantro. We're adding our cilantro right here. We're adding our lime. adding our lime. Make sure you add enough lime juice. I like using kosher salt, not the other salt. Not too much. Squeeze the lime juice to your preference. It really don't matter how much you really put, as long as you like it.
I need you, and I miss you, and I need you, and I miss you, and I miss you, and I miss you, and I miss you, and I miss
And now, we're going to plate this. Time to finish off. I'll finish cut up. Now it's time to finish off our salmon with our Cajun cream sauce with a little dry basil. So here we just adding our Cajun cream sauce. However much you want to add. Making a mess, excuse me, kind of making a mess. So, top it off with dry basil. And there you have it. Black and salmon with Cajun cream, cilantro lime rice, and asparagus. Easy meal, quick meal, very different, beautiful meal. Like I said before, y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification so you know when I upload. I'm gonna be bringing different ingredients, different styles of cooking, different fusions, different flavors. Also, I'll be bringing you restaurant reviews when I go out and eat, let you know how the service is for you in-towners and out-of-towners. Eat good spots. But like I said, it's the salmon, cilantro, and lime rice with the Cajun cream and sauteed asparagus.